Okay. So Larry Jones. Larry Jones. Now, you know, it's a strange thing. It's a strange thing. It's difficult to understand unless you know the full picture. And what I mean is that when you look at a guy like Larry Jones, and you're like, okay, this guy is just an airhead. He's stupid. And then you may find someone else and you say, well, okay, this guy's a lot smarter than Larry Jones. Maybe he's legitimate. And then you realize, hopefully, that this guy's a scammer. So my point is that you've got different levels of idiots. And the problem is that we are conditioned, we're taught to always make a decision based upon a comparative analysis, right? So many people fall into the trap where, oh, Larry Jones is a fucking idiot. Okay, I'm going to listen to Everything Money. Wow, he talks about cash flows and this and that, and he's legitimate. You see, and the problem with the comparative analysis thing is that assumes you're getting the full gamut. It assumes that the collection that you're looking at includes legitimate people. And I know this because the media does the same thing. Remember, I'm banned. You don't hear about me anywhere, even though I'm one of the top guys in the world. Right? You understand? People that are promoted for a reason, and it's not to help you. Always remember that. People have exposure for a very good reason. Okay? The people with exposure are not to be trusted because we all know who controls the exposure. The same people who aren't on your side. Okay? That's why you've got guys like Joe Rogan, complete gatekeeper. Okay? Complete disinfo gatekeeper. Right? So, Larry Jones. And it's amazing. Now, some of these guys, they pay people. I know Tom Nash pays people to write comments and stuff. And of course, YouTube is a absolute fraudulent portal for many reasons. But one reason is that, first of all, let me just mention, why do you think they have the number of likes? And of course, they disable the dislikes. It's all psychology, right? How about disable the likes and the dislikes? Don't show us. Well, if it's got more likes, then it must be good. It's got a lot of likes. People like it. It must be good. This is the snowflake generation believes that nonsense. That's why the fake likes, fake comments, fake review industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry. Okay. And of course, a big reason why YouTube is a fraud is because they allow the channel owners to filter comments, right? So all the comments for Larry Jones, he's going to scrub them all just like Tom Nash does, just like me, Kevin. They're going to all be good. This is manipulatory because, wow, I'm reading everything. Everyone says he's great. He must be great, right? You all know better. You see that? You understand? All these, wow, I mean, I'm reading all this is like amazing. I mean, this shows you two things. It shows you, first of all, how stupid people are. There's a lot of stupid people because, I mean, remember, you've got a whole cult that thinks Robert Kiyosaki is legitimate, for instance, right? You got another cult that thinks Peter Schiff is legitimate, right? Okay. So it also shows you not only how stupid people are, but it shows you that how YouTubers can manipulate the discourse. You see, this is fraud. This is absolute fraud. This is manipulation. Now, of course, Larry Jones doesn't care about fraud because fraud is apparently permitted on YouTube. Scams are okay with YouTube. Okay? Scams are okay. It's A-okay. Right? Now, YouTube promotes pedophilia, illegal prostitution, pornography, but scams are, you can scam people, right? Scams, prostitution, you can just look it up. You can test it for yourself. Go and search on YouTube. I don't want to show any content because, even though I know some content's been up here for years, I don't want any excuse for them to, flag this, but do a search, for instance. Well, I mean, we'll just go ahead right now. Hold on a second here. Let me put my VPN on here. Let me second here. Give me a second. Okay. So let's do a search here. You can do this. I mean, folks, I've documented all this stuff on my website. Okay. Let's see. Well, I'm afraid to do it actually. I mean, just think of all types of things you can search here, and you'll see not only the content, but you'll also see the thumbnails. You're going to see genitalia on thumbnails. You're going to see all types of disturbing things. And YouTube actually they allowed they changed it. I was one of the people that was complaining. About 5 years ago, they changed it. I think 5 or 6 years ago. What would happen is they would show this content of some adolescent kid doing something like yoga, some kind of things that I think are kind of disturbing when you're showing on a worldwide platform. And you would read the comments, and there'd be all these pedophiles writing all types of stuff. It was disgusting and shocking. This is why YouTube changed. I guess they got enough heat. They changed it now where if there are kids posting channels, you cannot post comments, by the way. I should have video captured all that as evidence just to show people, because people don't even know. Anyway, Larry Jones. So let's listen to what Larry Jones has to say here.
Hey, what's up, good people? How you doing? How you doing? This is extremely impromptu, as they call it. Anybody out there? I know a lot of people are just getting home, eating their dinner, and just want to see if anybody's out there.
Let me mention something, by the way. One of the other traps that these people fall into is that they want to follow somebody who they can relate to, right? Oh, he's a normal guy like me. Oh, he's the same race as me. Folks, if you're listening to somebody for expertise, you probably don't want to follow someone that you can relate to. Okay? We're not talking about casual chit chat. If you're following someone for something that's really, really important, you want listen to somebody who knows what the fuck they're talking about. You understand? But most people follow these shysters because they can relate to them in one way, shape, or form. But they're getting investment recommendations, investment advice from guys like this, former janitor. I mean, really?
C? Man, y'all got some cool names. Sonny C. What's going on, Michael Charles? 2 first names. Hate you. Lancaster, California. All right. Booger B. It's gonna rain. All right. Hey, let's talk. When I finish this video, I haven't done a thumbnail yet. When I finish this video, I'm going to put on this video, is Larry Jones a fraud?
Yes.
I'm going to put that as the thumbnail. And let me explain why. I'm going to tell you guys that now, last week, when the market was going up, everything was love. Now that the market is going down, and I've been constantly preaching and telling you guys the truth, now you here comes the haters. Mario, man, I really appreciate that, brother. Mario, I really appreciate that. Thank you. Hey, nice to see you too, Scott. What's up, Scott? Nice to see you, man. Marco, Marcia, hey, how you guys doing? I love all you guys. Yeah, why fraud? And I will never shine a light on anybody doing a hit job. I'm like, man, I love you. Love you back, man. Yep. That's it.
This is a guy, I was the first person, of course, although I watched maybe 3 of this guy's videos in total. I I was the first person to expose this guy as one of these scammers that uses religion. Anybody who leverages religion with something related to investments is a scammer. You can write that down. They're trying to reel in religious people, you understand. And it's kind of the same thing with people who try to come across as a really nice guy, and I'm just a nice guy. You understand. That's a typical con artist tactic, because people are going to, they're going to even if if the guy makes a mistake, oh well, he's not perfect, right? So they're confusing why they're listening to somebody. You understand? That's so the most obvious tactic is for these guys to they kind of promote religion because they reel in the religious zealots. Dave Ramsey does that as well, another scammer. That's a whole nother bag of worms, Dave Ramsey. That's a tactic right there.
That's it. That's it. Because listen, let me be clear to you guys about some of the things that's being said out there. Some of the things that's said out there, and I want to show you guys, right? Some of the things that said out there is, he talked about a penny stock. Oh, he talked about a penny stock. Yes, I did talk about penny stock. I talked about gold, right? And the gold mining company that I talk about, ticker symbol GORO.
And this guy, by the way, I believe he's been involved in stock promotion. And if that's true, if he hasn't disclosed it, he's in deep trouble. By the way, I haven't looked into the guy enough to see. If I knew the video, I would, I could tell. But anyway.
I talked about that company. Yes, man. I appreciate you, Charles. You always come through, man. I do. I really appreciate.
Yeah. And by the way, let's take a look here at his e-begging portal here. So notice he's got his scam affiliate links. Webull. They sell order flow, which means you're going to get scammed. You're not going to get proper execution. I mean, and take a look. So now, let's see if he has a. Yeah, so he doesn't even disclose a proper FTC disclosure here that he's making money off affiliate links. But even if it's down here, it's illegal. You're supposed to put it right above these links. And virtually nobody on YouTube does that. They're all breaking federal law. That's fact. You can look it up if you don't believe me. FYI.
You, man. Much love. Much love. So Ricky Johnson, let me show you what's happening. So I talked about that gold stock, right? But I also want to show you, let's see here. I also want to show you, I want to show you that. I want to show you that. Where is it at? I also want to show you that since the market is trading down, right? Since the market,
this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. He's a complete fucking clown.
Anything under $7. Some people say anything under $5. A penny stock is basically anything under $7. No, some people say.
I've heard this guy say it's under $10. He doesn't have a fucking clue. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Anything under $5 is a penny stock, right? So let me show you what else is a penny stock. What started out as a penny stock? Look at this. Okay, let's go to Max, little company called Tesla, right? Tesla started out at $1.22 a share.
See, this is how stupid this guy is. He's so stupid, he actually thinks that Tesla started out as a penny stock. So he wants to show you he's gonna do another example of Apple, same thing. And he's doing this, and of course, these are due to stock splits. Tesla was never $1. Okay, that's bullshit. He's coming up with this argument. Why? He's trying to convince his lemmings that, hey, I'm not promoting penny stock scams because Tesla was a penny stock before. Apple was a penny stock before. That's what he's saying. You see? So he can get them he can lure them into his penny stock scams. Can you believe this? I mean, it's hard to believe this guy's that stupid. You see? He was talking about penny stocks, and he's trying to defend the fact that he promotes penny stocks by telling you, oh, well, look, Tesla was once a penny stock. No, it wasn't. It split many times. You understand? Reducing the price. It was never a penny stock. This is how stupid this guy is.
For 8 cents, not 80 cents, 8 cents.
So you hear that? He's saying Apple, you could have bought Apple for 8 pennies a share in 92, he said.
It's a little different than most penny stocks, as most penny stocks don't.
Listen, folks, write this down. Write this down as a fact. With very rare exception, there are some exceptions. I'm not going to get into the exceptions, but you should just go ahead and assume all penny stocks are scams. Write that down. All penny stocks are scams. Okay? Now, there are some penny stocks that became penny stocks because they collapsed. Those aren't scams. They're just distressed companies. They're distressed securities. There's problematic companies. When I say penny stock, I'm talking about stocks that are typically, they came from shell companies. They're SPACs. Okay? They didn't do a real IPO. Okay? If it didn't do a real IPO, it's a scam. And you can take a look at the SPAC market, the recent one, how many of those companies have collapsed. Okay? But those actually had, I mean, those weren't even as, those were probably some of the more successful scams, actually, even though most of them have collapsed. The typical penny stock is designed intentionally to manipulate people. It's designed to make money through promoters who promote the price, who jack it up, pump and dump schemes. They pump it up, and they do one of a few things. They will either sell it or they will dilute the shares. Okay? They will dilute it. Basically, they're just trying to raise more money, more capital. So all penny stocks, that is to say, that came to the market without a real IPO through a shell company, they basically bought a company, right? They're scams. Okay? They're scams. There are rare exceptions, okay? You could question, is Donald Trump's media thing, is that a scam? That did a SPAC, right? Well, I wouldn't invest in it. But I don't think that's not raised for the purpose of creating pump and dumps. Of course, you don't need to when you've got that situation because, there's kind of an implicit pump going on there anyway. And, Trump is going to try and dump, right? He's going to try and make some cash. So anyone who promotes penny stocks, and penny stocks, as I've defined them, is a scam artist. Okay? You cannot make money trading penny stocks consistently. Can you get lucky? Yeah, you can also get lucky at the roulette wheel, but that luck runs out real fast. So you can think anybody who's promoting penny stock trading is a scam artist. Now that's coming from me, Wall Street Insider, one of the top analysts in the world, advised multi-billion-dollar funds. Okay, so I'm telling you right now, all penny stocks are scams. People promoting penny stocks are scam artists. Okay? Anybody promoting day trading, like as a strategy, like that's the day trading strategy, is a scam. They're scammers. You will not make money day trading long term. You're not going to make money. Okay? You're not going to make money long term. Now, when I say make money, certainly we're talking about you're not going to make all the riches that they sell you this idea. At best, you might make, what will end up being, maybe minimum wage or something like that, if you're lucky, over time. Okay? I'm just telling you. And if you had a clue about investing, you'd know why you're not going to make money day trading. Why? What's your competitive advantage? How are you going to compete against everybody out there? How are you going to compete against the big funds? How are you going to compete against everybody else out there? What's your competitive advantage? You don't have one. Myself, I wouldn't even have much of a competitive advantage day trading. A little bit, because I know technical analysis, but that's not really a competitive advantage. I only would have a competitive advantage over the typical stooge who thinks they can make money day trading because they have an idea about technical analysis. Day trading, you're not able to utilize. How can I utilize my skills of securities analysis and understanding a lot of things? You can't. The only thing you're doing day trading is quick hits. Boom, 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 boom. Okay? So it's geared towards people who don't know anything and they feel empowered when they learn a little technical analysis. Day trading, if you're talking about on a regular basis, is a scam. Now, are there periods to day trade when it can be a good thing? If you want to take risk, yes. Okay, good example. Very volatile stocks, right? Very volatile stocks, very hot stocks. For instance, some of these AI stocks before were hot, flying high. You don't want to be in these things long term because they probably don't have a whole lot of a future, right? Those examples. But when you're getting into that game, you're already speculating, okay? So based upon the marketing that goes on with day trading, people that pitch day trading, it's a complete fraud and a scam because they basically tell you, oh, yeah, I know what you can do good. Let me tell you right now. If you don't have a competitive advantage, you have zero chance of beating the index. Zero. And if you think you're going to get a competitive advantage in the media watching CNBC, you're delusional. And what do you think that means for watching YouTube? I could probably get somewhat of a competitive advantage if I really follow the CNBC, just because I know what's going on and I kind of know the game of manipulation. But that's a waste of my time. It's a waste. It's torture and a waste of my time. Okay. You all understand what I'm saying? The problem is, and I learned this when I started out on Wall Street. I remember learning early on. You know what happens? The people that can afford to lose the least are the same people who don't have much money, right? Makes sense. These are the people that take on the biggest risk. These are the people that gamble. These are the people that lose everything. Okay? These are the people that fall, generally speaking, for the YouTube scammers. They want fast money. And the reality is that they're going to blow up. Some of them already have. And the reality is they're much better off just investing in the S&P index and not paying attention to anything in the investment world ever, and working on their career, focusing on their career and their family. Okay. Now, is it possible? Like, is every single person in the world, right, going to underperform this? Of course not. There's always the luck factor. There's the luck factor, right? The luck factor, right? If you're talking about over a 10-year period, how many people do you think are going to listen to these fake investment gurus who are going to beat the S&P over a 10-year period? Right? In other words, what's the luck factor? Well, somebody might kind of decide to not listen to them certain times when they really blow up and do other things at other times, right? You understand? There's luck with anything. There's nothing that's 100%. But for the most part, if you want to bet me, 100 people want to bet me, I'll take 100 bets and let's see who comes on top. I'm telling you right now, nobody, none of these guys on YouTube, and of course they make all these claims. They claim this and that. They can't beat the S&P. They don't have the skills to beat the S&P. They won't beat the S&P, and anybody that listens to them won't beat the S&P. In fact, most of them will cause you to lose your ass, to blow up. Even though we've already seen one little blow up, 2022. you're still seeing a lot of crazy stuff. They haven't gone through a difficult market. It'll come at some point, and that's when people will really, really understand. Okay? I'll guarantee you. Remember, I work on Wall Street. I work on Wall Street. I know the deal. I've been in this business going on 3 decades. And I'm telling you right now, none of these guys can beat the S&P 500. None of them. Not even close. Okay? And listening to them, you don't have a chance. They have no competitive advantage. They're fucking clowns. You're not going to learn. And this is the thing. People think, oh, I'm learning from him. Folks, if you don't learn more than most people, like if just because you learn, it's not going to help you. You have to learn things that most people don't know. You have to have a competitive advantage. You can learn all you want, but unless you're learning something from high level, something really unique, you're not learning anything. You understand? So you can, I'm learning from, that's why these guys selling their courses and shit, they're frauds. They're not giving you anything unique that's going to help you beat the S&P. They're giving you just basic shit enough to blow yourself up. You see? That's what they're doing. That's a scam. But of course, they don't know this. They're going to learn the hard way. They're going to learn. That's why I'm telling you now. I'm telling you in advance. That's what's going on. You know, this is the problem, is that people think, well, I'm learning so much. No, you're not. How are you going to compete with me and people like me? You can't compete with us. You can't compete with the market makers, the hedge funds. How are you going to compete? You can't compete with the insider information that's all over Wall Street. All these hedge fund guys have. How are you going to compete? You can't do it. Even the hedge fund guys can't beat the S&P consistently. So how are you going to beat the S&P? Listening to these fucking scammers? Can you name one credible person that's qualified to be giving investment analysis and recommendations on YouTube? These people are here to scam. They're making money from you. That's how they're making their money. Got it? Let's take a look here. Let's see. Is he a scam? Is he a fraud? Okay, well, let's take a look at his videos here. Okay, yeah, so he promotes crypto. Folks, let me explain something. Let me make this simple for our resident fake guru detective, CoffeeZilla, the scam artist who sells ads for scammers. How anyone can claim to call out fraudsters and scammers on YouTube, yet they're selling ads which are for scammers? I don't know how that works. Somebody explain to me how that works. If you're going to call out scammers, you can't monetize your channel because almost all the ads on YouTube are for scams and scammers. Okay, but let me make this simple. Since CoffeeZilla, who promoted Tom Nash and won't say anything now that Tom Nash, he built Tom Nash's channel, he enabled Tom Nash to defraud and dupe tons of people, including getting them into FTX. Of course, CoffeeZilla won't tell you about that, how he's responsible for that because he built up Tom Nash. Right? He doesn't expose nothing, folks. He doesn't expose jack shit. He's another failed real estate agent who's playing the whole advertisement grift. Okay, all these guys, oh yeah, I'm exposing this guy. No, you're not. If you're exposing these people, you do it every day. And you don't monetize your channel. Okay? Monetizing your channel means you're promoting scam artists. Why are you doing that? Why are you pitching affiliate links from scam companies? companies that don't do well for your audience. Why are you pitching Webull? Why are you pitching Robinhood? Those are scam companies. You all understand that, right? So let me make it simple here. You can tell this to Coffee Kid, who pretends to expose scams and he doesn't. Okay, he goes after the most obvious shit everybody knows is a scam, or they've already been exposed. He said, "Oh well, he exposed this cryptocurrency scam." Excuse me. All cryptocurrencies are scams. He's a shill. He's a gatekeeper for cryptocurrencies. CoffeeZilla is a gatekeeper for cryptocurrencies, which are a scam. Why? Because, oh, well, I call this as a scam. Coffee Boy, newsflash, the whole cryptocurrency industry is a scam. It's a scam. Got it? I've been saying this now for more than 10 years. It's backed by nothing. It's run by criminals. Most of the money in cryptocurrencies is from the illegal drug trade, human sex trafficking, many other illicit activities. In addition to, guess what? Guess what fuels ransomware? You all know what ransomware is, right? Bitcoin is exclusively fueling ransomware now. Think about that one. Now, if you want to know why, if it's such a scam, it's still being permitted, well, I can't even tell you the details on ScamTube. I can't tell you the truth, right? I've written about it. I've made videos about it elsewhere on my site. Okay? I've got the facts, folks. I have the facts. Okay? When you've got somebody like me, 30 years as an analyst, coming from an Ivy League university, advanced degrees, biological chemistry, biophysics, predicted the financial crisis, so on and so on. I mean, who do you think you're fucking dealing with here? You think you're dealing with some YouTube chump? You're dealing with somebody who tries to help Main Street. And I've been trying ever since I predicted the financial crisis. And you know why? You know why I did all that? Because I left Wall Street after the dot-com scam, the dot-com bust. I left Wall Street in disgust after seeing the scams. I was disgusted. Nobody went to jail. And they fucking duped everybody. They defrauded everybody. I sat there and heard about and saw retired people that lost everything for the dot-com. Some of you don't even know about this. You're too young. Nobody went to jail. So I saw something else happening. Something bigger than I could even imagine. What would end up being the financial crisis, which is what I did. I took 2 years off, no pay, to do the final research and write that book. And guess what? I got banned because I exposed everything to try and help people. Okay? That's the reality. That's a fact. And what do you see now? Since that time, the media promotes, well, take a close look who they're promoting. Take a close look at the people and the names. They all have something in common. Hard to figure out. Same thing they have in common with the people that are doing all the insider trading and all the scams. Okay, that's why I did the thing on Meredith Whitney. All these people the media is claiming predicted the financial crisis is a lie. Show me otherwise. Show me, and by the way, once again, folks, I don't have time to deal with snowflake twerps who are struck with Dunning-Kruger, these kids that think they know everything. If you're not willing to put money behind what you say, don't waste my time. I don't have time to debate every little fucking twerp that thinks they know everything, that doesn't know shit. The human brain has not even fully developed until you're at least 30 years old, by the way, in case you didn't know that. So put your money where your mouth is. I'm a world expert. I'm not going to fucking waste time with some chump. You put your money where your mouth is, I'll respect your argument, and we go to the table. Okay? That's the way I fly. You see? Because everyone now thinks they're an expert. And the problem is there's a lot of mentally ill, stupid people who don't have the most basic critical thinking skills. Well, I mean, this is the reality. And by the way, most of those people are on YouTube. They're the YouTube audience. Your brain is melting watching YouTube, by the way. Okay. So you get Larry Jones. He's promoting cryptocurrencies. You're promoting cryptocurrencies, you're a scammer. You're a fraud. Anybody that claims to be a real investor that promotes cryptocurrencies, sorry, you're a scammer. Now, let me get back to Paul Gabriel, the scam artist, the real estate guy who promotes a bullshit 8-pillar scam. He doesn't know anything about stocks. He promotes what I believe to be is a complete scam. He's duping people. But I will say this, at least. I don't think he promotes cryptocurrencies. He doesn't fucking promote cryptos. But on the other hand, he kind of loses out because why? Because he and Mo are promoting day trading. They're luring in people. They lure people in, newbies, right? And they try to get them to day trade. And they try and get them to short stocks. Like, I've almost never recommended shorting stocks. It's very rare. Okay? Very rare. Now, there's 2 episodes, 2 publications where I have done that. And guess what? Guess what? Was 100% profit. The companies went bankrupt. You understand? There's a difference between having a detailed thesis devised by an expert, right? Coming up with a thesis on something and recommending a short because you think they're going to go bankrupt versus doing shorting stocks as like day trading. I mean, you're doing that. That's a scam. That's gambling. Okay. That's gambling. But you see, folks, all these people on YouTube, they don't give a shit. They pretend like they're nice guys. Oh, they're your enemy. All these guys are, you should think of them as Satan. They're all money worshippers. They're going to do everything and anything they can to extract as much money from YouTube and from you as they can. And that means getting views. Getting the views gets the clicks. And they get the clicks, well, they get to make money because they're business partners with the scammers who post ads on their channel. Then they post their affiliate links. Most companies who use an affiliate business model are scams. Write that down. Most companies. Now, I would say the only companies that aren't scams, they're basically charging too much money. Okay, they're charging the fees that you pay are too high because they're spending too much money with their affiliate guys, so they're jacking up the price. So what's my example? So you think, well, how about VPNs? Okay, VPNs, okay, are they a scam? No, although some of the marketing is dishonest and they make some false claims, right? But, so the VPNs, I'm not going to say are a scam, but some of the marketing is questionable, right? So that's kind of one of the better situations for affiliate links, right? But not a whole lot of people are spruiking affiliate links for VPNs, okay? Not a whole lot are doing that, right? Think about what these fake investment gurus are pumping on their affiliate links. They're pumping, not all of them, I would say 99.9% of them. They're pushing Webull, Moomoo, Robinhood, all these trading apps which are deceptive and they're screwing people. Okay, they're deceptive because they get you. They are designed to get you addicted to them, just like social media. They're designed to get you addicted to trade. That's fact. Okay, and then of course they're selling their order flow. And you all know Robinhood was sued because they didn't even disclose that they were selling order flow. But like, even if you disclose it, this is how this Vladimir If the guy's so stupid he didn't realize, like, dude, why don't you disclose it? Because the people that use Robin don't even realize what that even means. They don't even know what that means anyway. So what does it matter? So, I mean, do you think people really understand that? All they know is, hey, I get to trade for free. Okay? They don't understand that they're getting screwed. They don't understand. This is why Ken Griffin, Citadel, he's got a $200 million condo in New York City. He's buying, just ridiculously crazy artwork. He's hemorrhaging money. Where's he getting the money? He's getting it from the trading apps. You all know this, right? It's legalized money printing. This is what's going on. Do you not know this? Why do you think I was banned, folks? Because they saw early on a guy like me is going to expose all the fucking criminality that's going on. Okay, that's why. You don't think I know the whole industry? All the scams, all the bullshit? I know it all. Nobody knows all this shit like I do. How do I know that? Because I spent a lot of time, many, many, many years, not just examining it, publishing articles on it, making videos on it, exposing all these people. The things that I know, you're not going to know about probably unless you come across the stuff that I publish. Right? I don't know it all, but and of course, who else does this work? No one else does this work. Why? It doesn't pay. I'm doing it for free. You better believe if exposing people, truly exposing people, if that really paid, everybody would try and do it. You see? The most that happens is kind of get fake exposing, like CoffeeZilla. And now it's like turned into a fucking, I mean, this guy is such a joke now. He reports on like banking things he doesn't have. Basically, just any way to put a video there so he can get a bunch of views and make money. A fucking scammer. That's what he is. Folks, let me just explain something to you in case you don't know this. Some of these guys you may look at and say, okay, well, this guy's a scammer. This guy's a dummy. He's a loser. And others you say, wow, gosh, he's much better than this guy. He's more intelligent. Listen, they're all scammers on YouTube. All of them. If they're monetizing their channel, they're a scammer. They formed a business relationship, a financial relationship with these scammers that run the scam ads. You understand that? If they're monetizing their channel, they're a scammer. It's that simple. It's that simple. Do I need to play the video again? Did you all see the video which I'm going to be posting? Did you see the video? Every single person on YouTube who is monetizing their content is a scam artist. That's fact. Why? Why is that? And of course, no one's going to talk about this. Between 90 to 95% of all ads on YouTube are scams. Everybody knows that. Just about all the ads on YouTube are scams. So who doesn't know that? Right? So think about that. If you're monetizing your channel, you have formed a business partnership with not only YouTube, which is running a criminal operation, in my opinion, they're partnering with scammers. If you're monetizing your channel, you've agreed to be a business partner with YouTube, and you've allowed YouTube to put any ads it wants to on your content. Any ads. Think about it. If you're monetizing your content on YouTube, you formed a business relationship, a financial partnership with not only YouTube, but also the scamsters who are posting ads on your videos. That makes you a scammer. That makes you complicit in their scams. Let's think about this for a second. And this is a big issue. Let's think about this. Let's look at an extreme example, which don't think it can't happen again, because it will happen again. It's happened before, and it will happen again. And I'm talking about FTX. If you're monetizing your channel, you're a scam artist and you're partnering with scammers. You formed a business partnership with scammers. And let's think about FTX. Think about all the YouTube scammers that endorsed FTX.
While we're on the topic of crypto, if you're looking for a place to buy, sell, track, or trade both crypto and NFTs all in one place with fees that are up to 85% lower than the top competitors, then FTX US is there to help. They're trusted by millions of users, and what I like the most about them is that they allow you to set up an automatic recurring buy so that you can dollar cost average into the markets on a regular basis. So if you're interested, the link is down below in the description with the code GRAHAM, and you could get all the way up to $100 for signing up depending on how much you trade. FTX US is there to help. They're trusted by millions of users. FTX US is there to help. They're trusted by millions of users. FTX US is there to help. They're trusted by millions of users, and what I like the most about them is that they allow you to set up an automatic recurring buy so that you can dollar cost average into the markets on a regular basis. So if you're interested, the link is down below in the description with the code GRAHAM, and you could get all the way up to $100 for signing up depending on how much you trade.
Number one, I was working strictly, solely with FTX US. That is not the company currently involved in liquidation proceedings. That's FTX.com. I have nothing to do with that company. I've never worked with them. I've never spoken to them. FTX US was the only company I work with, and they're 100% operational. You can buy, you can sell crypto, you can pull your money out, you can put your money in. Nothing is going on with FTX US. It's 100% absolutely fine. Number one, I was working strictly, solely with FTX US. That is not the company currently involved in liquidation proceedings. That's FTX.com. I have nothing to do with that company. I've never worked with them. I've never spoken to them. FTX US was the only company I work with, and they're 100% operational. You can buy, you can sell crypto, you can pull your money out, you can put your money in. Nothing is going on with FTX US. It's 100% absolutely fine.
These people that are fueling the scam artists, the fake investment gurus, they're the problem. This is a toxic, destructive platform that's melting your brain with disinformation, scams, and nonsense. But where throughout all this is the fake guru detective, the self-proclaimed fake guru detective? CoffeeZilla. Where is he? Folks, CoffeeZilla is a scammer. CoffeeZilla is a fraud. CoffeeZilla is a fraud. CoffeeZilla promotes scam artists. He's a liar. He doesn't expose anything or anyone who hasn't already been exposed or obvious. He won't go after the big scams, the less obvious scams. He won't go after the fake investment gurus on YouTube. You see, this is why he's become a gatekeeper now. That's why he's promoted by all these gatekeeping establishment individuals like Joe Rogan and Lex Friedman, because they don't want to be exposed. CoffeeZilla promoted Tom Nash as a legitimate investment expert, as a legitimate securities analyst. He built Tom Nash's channel. Think about this for a second. Without CoffeeZilla, Tom Nash wouldn't have an audience to defraud people pushing FTX, or to defraud and mislead people pitching his paid Patreon bullshit where he provides terrible investment recommendations. Just terrible. Just as bad as Meet Kevin. Right? Think about that. Now, I'm not even going to get into right now about how he also promoted and built Patrick Boyle's channel. Patrick Boyle, just tell you briefly, is dishonest. He came on YouTube lying about his status. When he came on YouTube, he was no longer a hedge fund manager. His fund apparently blew up. And what's funny is that CoffeeZilla had Patrick Boyle on there to so-called expose these trading gurus. But guess what? Watch the video. Patrick Boyle doesn't really come down hard on them. You know why? Because Patrick Boyle was doing the same thing as the trading gurus. He was trying to day trade with his commodities fund, and it blew up. Did CoffeeZilla know this? No, because he doesn't do any fucking research. CoffeeZilla is promoting scammers like Tom Nash, and he's selling advertisements for scammers. Think about this. A guy that claims to expose scammers is actually promoting scammers directly, for example, Tom Nash, and also through promoting their scam advertisements on his channel. Folks, wake up. YouTube is nothing but a complete fraud platform, a scam platform. Anyone who's monetizing their content has formed a business partnership with scammers and scam artists. These people that are fueling the scam artists, the fake investment gurus, they're the problem. This is a toxic, destructive platform that's melting your brain with disinformation, scams, and nonsense. If you're monetizing your channel, you have formed a business partnership with scammers. If you're monetizing your channel, you've agreed to be a business partner with YouTube, and you've allowed YouTube to put any ads it wants to on your content. Any ads.
In my garage, just bought this new Lamborghini. You know, it's always fun to have fast cars, drive up here in the Hollywood Hills. But you know what I like a lot more than materialistic things? Knowledge.
Every single person on YouTube who is monetizing their content is a scam artist.